The question is, the following image shows, okay, what you can see in this image is that you have the second and the first premolars, the first molar, as well as the canine and the lateral incisor of the mandible. In addition to that, the second premolar very clearly shows an elevated structure. So if you look at the occlusal surface of the second premolar, what you will see is, and this I am talking from the buccal or the lingual, from the mesial or the distal aspect, you have the cusps, and from the cusps there is a sloping towards the central groove without any elevation. However, in this image you can see that there is a very distinct elevation that is present in between the buccal as well as the lingual cusps. If you have to look at the occlusal surface of a normal mandibular premolar, whether it may be a two cusp or a three cusp type, you will see that this is your buccal cusp and these are your lingual cusps. And if you have a single lingual cusp, then this is a single lingual cusp. However, all of them converge very clearly towards the center or the center of the tooth or the central groove. In this very particular situation, you have an elevation which is present right at the center of the tooth. Such an elevation is what is called as your Leong's premolar or a dense E vaginatus or an occlusal tuberculated premolar. Now, why is it called as a tuberculated premolar? Is because tubercles are elevations, small. If you open your velars, this is what is very clearly written, or even your fuller, small elevated structures that do not represent the points of fusion or do not represent the lobes. It is formed from an accessory elongation during development. So during development there is a region of excessive proliferation, and this excessive proliferation ends up forming what is called an accessory cusp or what is formed as a tubercle. This tubercle is not a true cusp, it is just a small elevated structure that is present on the occlusal surface of the tooth. So this Leong's premolar or dense E vaginatus or occlusal tuberculated premolar can pose significant problems. Why? Number one, it hampers occlusion because it is always going to be a point of occlusal contact. As a result, it forms an eccentric contact in that region, and because it forms an eccentric contact in that region, it is going to be irritating. Okay, so it can lead to some form of trauma from occlusion. The second irritating factor or the second problem that is going to be present in this patient is that if there is going to be a carious lesion, the tubercle which is there may contain a pulpal tissue inside. So when it's going to be containing a pulpal tissue, if you are going to be doing occlusal reduction, you may cause exposure of the pulp and it may lead to unwanted or unforeseen root canal treatment. And that is the reason why you're supposed to be very careful with these kind of teeth. Okay.